Sister Wives, one-on-one.
But first,
Kody's response.
No.
Okay.
Where'd you get that idea from?
You said it.
What you talking about? That came out of left field.
I mean, like, listen, it's not my story to tell anymore, and I don't trash talk Jen anymore. It's verboten.
I'm so angry right now. I'm so angry because I like Janelle so much. I am not understanding this whatsoever. Maybe they had another rendezvous. Janelle's telling some lies here. I just don't know exactly where they are or why, because it would have been a really nice follow-up. We went and got that marriage certificate framed. Oh, that woman.
Diabolical.
We used to be really good friends. Oh, no, you weren't, Mary. No, you weren't. Shocking, I know. Mary admitted I told her things I didn't tell anybody else, and it got out. Oh, that's not how I remember it. Unless your name was Robin Brown.
No.
I supposedly...
I was experiencing...
Oh, I love it when he shows his true colors.
Anytime I came after Christine, like, hey, listen, your crappy attitude isn't helping us.
You said that? Oh, that's not very nice.
What have you got to say about that? Word salad to cover it up.
And
Christine feels that way.
I'm great. She feels that way, but I'm really like, I'm like...
Deflect. That's the question. Why did Robin betray Christine? Look over here, not over here. Cody Brown!
And I'm awful.
Protecting his precious little flower. A legitimate, non-sarcastic clap. Now what have you got to say about that, Kody?
I think they're scapegoating Robin. That's bull.
Again?
He has an enthusiasm for stating the obvious.
All my problems with Mary were me and Mary having problems. I'm just not going to let it bother me, but it does bother me.
Talking in circles. Robin does nothing wrong. Love your brows, Robin.
Why don't they just blame themselves? Try to blame Robin for what was wrong in them.
They never blamed Robin for what was wrong in them. I know you think she's slow, but you're slower. I'm going to ask you this one more time.
The catfishing stuff was probably stuff she brought to me. It's funny. They're all gone. They've been gone for years. They're still blaming Robin for it.
When, Puddle Monkey, are you going to sit him down and say, we asked him these questions because this is a show about your life? Nobody ever tells him that. This could be a really great segment.
For the decent.
He gets a narrative and an idea stuck in his head and he just runs with it. Suki had a good follow-up question again. I can't believe I keep saying this.
I can't either.
What did the catfisher say happened? What really happened? That's what I want to know. Maybe Mary could distrust you?
No. No.
Her and Kody are masters at this. We're going to talk about something else and say how great we are.
All I know is that she was having a conversation online about flowers. That's what I was doing. Okay? I had her freaking back. Okay?
Oh, get off your high horse.
End of part 2.
Which brings us to part 3.
So, did she just admit she did tell Kody stuff? I'm a little confused here. All I know is that there was a conversation about flowers and texting and flirting. Okay, how did she know that? How did she know that? Unless Mary told her about that. Or was it catfisher's friend who told her about it? There's a lot of questions in here that need to get answered. This conversation about how she knew about flowers, the texting and flirting. Did she hear that from Mary? And if she heard it from Mary, and then she turned to Kody and said, she's struggling and she's going through something, you need to get over there. That's her betraying. Or did she hear about it from, what's the girl's name? Jackie's friend. I forgot her name. The only friend of Robin's that's ever been on the show. The one up in San Francisco that took them around to different clothing shops. Anyway, Kendra, I remembered it. Kendra. Was it Kendra who told you this? Because your friend, Kendra, is also friends with the catfisher. Small world. And yet somehow there's no connection there that's ever made here on this show. And Kody doesn't ever bring that up either.
Shocking, I know.
That's not having her back.
She's being taken advantage of. Even if I didn't know it was a catfishing situation, I was talking to her. What is this? What is this conversation you're having? Why are you talking to this person? I was being open with both of them. I know what my intentions were.
How did you know, Robin? How did you know about this? Why are you asking her questions about it if she's sharing it with you? Or did you know about this ahead of time? And I feel like we have two conversations going on here. There's the fact that Robin knows what's going on because her good only friend we've ever seen on the show is very good friends with this catfisher. Okay. That's a huge storyline right there. Huge.
Should have been.
So I feel like this is what she's talking about now. The fact that she knew this information from her friend Kendra, who was sharing with her, by the way, this catfisher gal, this is what's happening. Mary's no good. She's having an online relationship with somebody else, but not admitting that it was a catfisher lady. Just she knew about this relationship. How she would know about it. Anyway, it's just, we could go through this deep dive for like 3 hours. So I feel like that's what she's talking about here. Imposing that onto the story of, wait a second, what about the stuff, like we're deflecting again, right? We're going to talk about this, but not really talk about it because I can't draw attention to the fact that I'm friends with somebody who's friends with the catfisher. So I'm just going to say, I knew about this stuff. Not from Mary, but what are the things that Mary shared with her that got back to Kody? Can we address that too? I feel like we are not addressing either one of these issues. Just a lot of words are being said here, but no answers are getting. No answers. Is it because Suki doesn't know that Robin was friends with Kendra and Kendra was friends with the catfisher? Does Suki not have this information? I mean, it's impossible for the producers of TLC to not know this information, right? How can I be a stupid little midlife YouTuber and I know this information and the production company of the show would not? No, they have to know about it. Is there an NDA signed where we're agreeing not to talk about it? Is Puddle Monkey agreeing not to talk about the fact that Kendra was friends with the catfisher? And Kendra is the only friend we've ever seen on the show. I mean, what are we talking about in this situation? It's driving me crazy. But we're using it and manipulating this storyline here to say, I had information and I did my best to have Mary's back. Have her back? How? By sharing with Kody that this is going on and getting him all riled up? She doesn't know how to share information without provoking Kody, which is proof that she does not have her sister wives back. Because if she had their back, she would have a way, because she can manipulate Kody like the best of them. She could have a way to talk to Kody and really get him to understand that she truly is concerned and understand the concerns the other wife has so that he would go over there and handle it appropriately. But it never happened, right? It always seemed to be when somebody would share something with Robin, it would come back and he would get angry at them because Robin would present it as gossip and like, guess what? Guess what your other wife is doing? Oh, these wives, boy, did they really did not like each other. And that includes Robin and Mary. Now, Mary, I think, liked Robin for the longest time. I think she started to get her eyes open during this catfishing thing. And because Jen was a friend of the family, she had Mary's back and nobody else did. That's, I think, what cemented the friendship between Jen and Mary. And so I think the fracture in the relationship between Mary and Robin started with the catfishing. I was actually there before that, but like that was the crux. Okay, I take it back. I think the point where Mary's eyes became open and she realized the manipulation and the lack of Robin having her back started with the catfishing. And so it's ironic here that she's using this same situation as proof that she did have Mary's back. No, you didn't, Robin. We have a slight Mary slip here where she says that she doesn't think that Robin was doing this with any malintent. Well, somehow nothing good ever comes of it. So it's malintent or she's a supportive sister wife. And does a supportive sister wife betray your trust? Okay.
Case closed.
Then we know the answer. We get the story, a little bit of the story here. At least it's out there on the surface so that people can discuss it and maybe it'll come around next season. I don't know. Next season will probably be in the can before it will be. It'll be done being filmed probably now. It's probably done being filmed now, quite frankly. So the reaction to these one-on-ones and the public's reaction and the questions that we all have are not going to come out in the next episode. We're just going to watch, I don't know, flowers being grown, four-wheeling in the Moab desert, and Brody's proposal to, what's her face? Dingleberry. I forgot her name. Moving on.
Don't know, don't care.
Mary is sharing, I kept telling her, don't say anything. Suki's like confused by it, as we all are. Okay. Although we kind of know, most of us know the story, the backstory of the relationship of her friend to the catfisher. So Suki says, well, who is she talking to? And she said, a friend of mine who is also a friend of the catfisher. Mary goes on to share, I kept telling her, stop talking to this girl. And Robin kept saying, but I'm trying to help. Shut up, Robin. Just keep your mouth shut. You're no help. In every situation she puts her nose into, she makes things worse.
So you put two and two together and you're saying that maybe Robin was the leak?
I'm not saying I know who was the leak. I just know that, you know what? No. There were times that I would have a conversation with Robin that the catfisher would find out about.
And it was specifically only with Robin. Nobody else knew.
Correct.
Great.
There was a huge lack of trust there because my private conversations that I was having with Robin, she kept making it worse and kept making it worse by sharing the information. And I even kept saying to her, don't talk.
When she was talking, who was she talking to? Like
A friend that she had at the time that was in communication with the catfisher.
what did she say when you continue to talk about it?
I would ask her not to, and she's like, I'm trying to help. I'm like, but you're not helping. It's not helping. Just stop talking.
Mary did say that
And ready to pounce.
things would get back to other people that she was sharing with Robin.
Oh, this was probably all divorce stuff.
What stuff?
Oh yeah, sure. Sure, the whole catfishing thing? Yeah, I'm sorry. That's 10 years old. If Mary's bringing that up here, I had the right to know.
Mary did not bring it up. It was a tell-all, and the question was asked her, will somebody tell Kody this, that he's not the only one on the couch and that the other people are too, and they're being asked questions that they have to answer. Please.
Trust Robin.
If your wife's having an affair and your other wife tells you, that's my business, no matter what.
Ooh. Interesting how offended we are right now. This is something a psychologist needs to unpack. Why so incredibly defensive of Robin here? Do we know she was wrong?
You can't blame Robin for not telling me about an affair.
Okay, but she did tell you?
That is so hypocritical.
Just trying to figure out why it's hypocritical. Because they told you about the affair. They were upset that they told. It's hypocritical because they promised to never tell you about an affair. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to figure it out.
Mary was being a hypocrite during that entire thing.
Hypocrite again. She was a hypocrite because she was a liar. She was hiding information, but was she a hypocrite? Was she? What did she do that was hypocritical? You could say she's a hypocrite because she said she was in a good marriage, but she wasn't. Is that being a hypocrite? I mean, if every time somebody does something wrong, they're a hypocrite. But I mean, based on Kody's definition of hypocrite, I think he's a hypocrite every day, right? Okay, we're not going to try to figure it out anymore. Moving on.
Smart move.
So then Kody goes on to say, everything with this whole catfishing situation would have worked out fine if Mary and I would have had a good relationship because it was all resolvable. First of all, the reason it happened is because you didn't have a good relationship. It's because you refused your affection to her for years leading up to this. Kody keeps forgetting this part of the story. He's forgotten about 3 to 5 years of time leading up to the catfishing situation.
And it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
His argument makes no sense. Had our relationship been great, we could have been able to work through this. Kody, had your relationship been great, this wouldn't have happened.
That's a true fact.
I was being kicked out of the house. It's like, don't put that on Robin.
I was being kicked out of the house. Don't put that on Robin. Nobody did. Oh my gosh. Can you keep taking different fragments of stories and situations and meld them together into your own creation cauldron of mess? When the catfishing thing was happening and she was trying to resolve it at the end, when she realized it was a catfisher and she realized the mess she was in, she didn't want Kody around. She was trying to handle it herself. She couldn't. I mean, she couldn't even handle not being tricked by the catfisher. So how is she going to solve this problem? Clearly she couldn't, but she thought she could, just like she thought the catfisher was real. Oh, she was so naive. It's ridiculous. So during that time, she said, for a short time, can you not stay here? I need my space. She never blamed Robin for any of that. It makes no sense, Kody.
It's like, don't put that on Robin. That's totally
And I'd like to guess the next word. Is it
Hypocritical?
hypocritical.
Everything's hypocritical. It's going to become a new drinking word. Hypocritical. Kody, your face. It's hypocritical.
Robin has been the moral compass in
Drink.
this entire family since she entered it.
She was, so people, she was. She was the moral compass. The moral compass that was broken and it didn't work. As Lynn Skinner pointed out in one of the comments, just like Captain Jack's compass.
Pointing in the wrong direction.
The broken moral compass. We can continue to call her moral compass. We're just going to throw in clarification going forward. Broken moral compass. So Ron is brought up now. There's not much to say about this. We watch clips from the show of her and Ron together. It's cute. They're cute together. This is what we learn about Ron. Her and Ron are still friends. They're building a very cool friendship.
Whatever that means.
She doesn't know when their next get together is going to be, but they are not called dates.
Huge red flag. Huge. All right?
And she refuses to answer the question, have you kissed him? I seem to think the answer to that is no. I think Ron has majorly friend-zoned her.
I hope I'm wrong about this.
And that makes me a little bit sad because I really, really, really wanted this to work out for the two of them. But boy, it's been what, a year, maybe longer from the time that they met until this tell-all, and they're still working on a friendship. I don't know.
You're totally friend zoned.
Mary does admit he's cute though, and she would want it to be more. Okay. It's another thing that saddens me about this tell-all. Janelle, the whole Janelle story saddens me. And Mary and Ron not working out saddens me. I mean, I'm happy that they are still friends and they still do things together as friends. I think that but I don't even know if that's good for her because I feel like just like she kept pining after Kody after he kicked her to the curb for like years, I feel like she's going to keep pining after Ron until she can find somebody else. And I don't know. He's pretty good looking and pretty nice. And he's sort of the whole package. I don't know that she's going to find better than Ron. So Mary can hang on for years in hopes that something's going to come of something. I could see this being 5 years of the two of them being friends and her still hoping it will become more than that. Right? I want this to work out for her. And I do want Janelle to find somebody else too, because I feel like she's still pining after Kody. She's not over Kody. She needs to get over Kody. And then she needs to start speaking truth. And if she's been covering for Kody and some of these stories on these tell-alls are not 100% true because she has his back, do spill that and let us know. I want to know what Janelle's kids think about this one-on-one. I do. In the interview, Christine says she and David both think it's really cute. Mary's really cute with Ron, and she hopes that it doesn't just end as friends. She hopes that it's more than that. It's not, but okay.
That was so cute.
That was cute. Yeah, really.
I mean, there's more. I hope that they just don't end friends.
And then Kody and his gaping hole in his neck are asked the same question. He says the same thing.
It's just really cute.
And it's good to see her like that kind of Gideon love that you feel. And gosh, it's been a long time since I felt that. Kind of a dig at Robin, because it used to be like, our relationship is so fresh. It's as if we were still dating. Not anymore. He hasn't seen it in a long time.
That ship has sailed.
Then there's a conversation. I can't, you know what? I'm going to pull up the transcript here and go through this because I am so confused by this conversation between Suki and Kody here. So he's saying how cute it is that they're together and that he hasn't seen that in a very long time. And she said, well, when have you seen that last? And did you used to have that with Mary? Then he says, well, no, like after my apology. I'm like, what? We're talking about, did you used to see that with Mary when you first got married? Like, did you used to have that? But then he jumps to the picnic table, and after the apology, not even the picnic table, but after the apology tour, that he said he kind of saw, and then, okay, I'm going to read it. All right. Suki says, was it like that when you first met? And he says, like literally? Kody says, okay, I've never seen this. But right after my apology, Mary and I sat and started chatting about things, and it was fun. So there's, yeah.
You're changing the subject.
What the heck? So half my brain wants to say, is he saying in that conversation she was talking about Ron and she was looking all giddy, and so, yeah, I saw that in her? I don't think so, because right away, Suki interpreted it the other way in that, like, yeah, he's seeing this kind of fun-loving, fall in love, kind of giddy relationship with Mary after his apology. Because then Suki says there's always a door that's open there between he and Mary. And he says, well, but we can get on the phone, and if Mary and I, even in that last chat we had, we caught ourselves escalating to trigger. Okay, I gotta play that because that's insane.
There's always a door that's open there.
Oh, so long, but we can get on the phone.
We can get on the phone. Second time in just this episode, we use the phone. Okay.
If Mary and I, even in that last chat we had, we caught ourselves escalating to triggers, trigger. And there's like, wait, Mary, I'm so sorry.
He's all over the place.
Okay, so is there an open door between you and Mary at all? And boom, squirrel. She said, maybe if you can get to the point where you stop triggering each other, you can leave the door open to a possible friendship. Okay, so now we're going, could you possibly be friends? Kody says, there's reasons why you should be, but it just doesn't take much to suddenly feel betrayed over again. Betrayed. That is the 5,892nd time he's used the word betrayed in the past 5 years.
When you're in a space where there's so much trust has been harmed,
Don't treat me like a child.
you wanna trust, you wanna be friends if you can. There's reasons why you should be.
I'm actually a kindergarten teacher.
But it doesn't take much to just suddenly feel betrayed. They will build a relationship on trust, but we're past that. It's trust once murdered cannot be resurrected, usually.
Okay, so you can't trust her anymore. Trust once murdered cannot be resurrected. Usually. Some murders can be resurrected, according to Kody. We cut to Mary. She asks Mary, do you think you guys could be friendly, that the sister wives and Kody, that you could all get along again? And she said, I don't know, but I hope so. And it would be great if we could. Suki said, is that an invitation? She's like, yes, it's an open invitation. I've always had an invitation. Ever since the beginning of our divorce and at the very end, I've always said to Kody, let's remain friends. Let's remain friendly. He's the one that ruined it by talking about her friends. Then we cut to Kody. +1 on using the word betrayal here. Here we go.
Betrayal is an illusion.
Huh? The illusion of betrayal. Isn't this what he said earlier in the episode? That I was like, what are we talking about? Again, what is the frickin' illusion of betrayal? What does that mean?
It means nothing to me.
Is there betrayal or is there not? What is the illusion part of it? I don't understand. I don't think he understands. I think he thinks this sounds like a cool phrase. So I'm going to say it over and over again, because he's going to say it again for the third time coming up here.
And when I have sorted this out long enough, this idea that the illusion of betrayal.
For the third time.
In divorce, or the illusion of betrayal.
This makes your fourth time.
In relationships. maybe I'll be okay, but I am not there yet.
You told me nothing.
Suki wants to know if it makes any difference to Kody whether the women accept this apology that he's given them. These apologies, actually. There are no apologies, actually, except the fact that he said, I apologize 30 times to each of them. Doesn't matter to Kody whether they accepted that or not. He says,
Does it matter if they accepted the apology or not?
It makes me feel better if they do accept it.
now there's a true statement. It would make me happy if they did. Oh, gosh. But Kody, what if they don't? Share with us. Will you just move on in life and feel good that you were able to state your piece and go on? Maybe?
But if they don't accept it, I'll just say it again.
Oh, no. This is his connection to the wives have to come out and say, accepted, fine, moving on. I moved on anyway. You didn't even have to say it. But if you need to say it and you need to hear me say I accept it, I will say those words. I accept it. Moving on. Don't come back. Don't do this again. Please. For all the viewers out there too. Please. No more fake apologies. Janelle has asked, do you accept his apology? Oh, of course. He was so sincere. Vomit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was great. Maybe there will be more peace among all the adults.
Great. It was great. Now there's going to be peace amongst the adults, she said. Now there could be, or maybe now there will be. Nothing about the children. It was great. He never mentioned my children once. Not one of the 6 of them. Great.
Not so great.
Delusional, Janelle. Delusional. In Redemption, Janelle adds this.
Kody was the head of the family. I think he could have done a lot better job.
Does anyone think they deserve an apology?
I mean, I guess if they do and they feel like I need to give them an apology, if they asked me, I think we could consider it.
That's a fair statement right there. And that's something that never happens in this family. If somebody thinks they need an apology, they don't go to the person and say, I really feel like I need an apology. If somebody thinks they owe an apology, they don't even go and give the apology to somebody else. Kody wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the cameras. There's no communication in this family whatsoever. This is the epitome of communication breakdown. Of course, she doesn't say if they feel like I'm owed them one, I would give them one. She says, I would consider it. But I mean, that might be protecting herself in case Robin comes up to her and says, I feel like you owe me an apology. So in fairness, I've got Janelle's back on this one. Mary, do you accept his apology? Mary says, I love that he did it for him. He needed it, so I love that he did it. Suki follows up with, Mary, do you forgive him for that time in Vegas when he wasn't there for you?
Of him not being there, you forgive him?
Yeah.
Well, wait till she hears the interview with him saying he doesn't need to offer an apology at all, that he didn't do anything wrong. Wait till she hears that. But right now she hasn't heard that. So she's saying, yeah, I forgive him for that. And she goes on to say,
yeah, because here's the thing, Suki, I have a really good life. Yeah. I'm really happy with where I am. And all those moments led to who I am.
Can I just say, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. You can write in the chat. And, that's the beauty about Sister Friends. We can agree to disagree at times. I don't like the mantra of all that heartache and all that angst and all of that trauma and all the abuse and all the stuff I went through in my life has made me who I am today. Therefore, I don't regret any of it, and I would do it all again. I think we can become great people in life without all that. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in my past that's made me who I am today, but quite frankly, I still think I'd be a pretty great person if I didn't have to deal with all that stuff. And again, this is just my opinion, and I'm not a psychologist. I do believe walking through the fire refines you and makes you a strong person. You can use it to become a better person. Christine says the same thing, and I think it's just a way of justifying polygamy still. Because I look at those 3 women, and to me, they're all still broken in some way. I mean, aren't we all? But they all still have a lot of healing to do. They haven't come out on the other side. So they can't say, look at me now. Woohoo! I'm this great person because I did all that. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Okay. It's just my opinion. I just say it was bad. identify it for what it is. It was bad. It was rotten. I wish it never happened, but it did. I can separate them. I don't have to blend them together and say, oh, that made me who I am today. I don't like it. But again, not a psychologist, so it's just my 2 cents. Suki wants to know from Mary, does he owe you any more apologies? She says, no. He did all the apologies that he thought he needed to do, and that's fine. He never owed me an apology. I've moved on. He doesn't owe me anything. Did you hear that, Kody? Don't come back. No more. Christine has asked the same question. She said, I don't think there's anything I need to apologize to. I just feel like I want to move on. And I think everybody else should move on. We should all move on. It's true. If they do move on, there's no more Sister Wives show, however. So there's that.
Do you think he needs to apologize for anything else? Or do you think any of the other wives need to apologize to Kody?
Robin won't answer the question.
It's really not my place to say. That's their own personal journey.
Typical.
She does the usual, do they need to apologize to me? That's their journey. That's up to them. There's nothing I need to do about that.
None answer.
Do they need to apologize to Kody? Well, that's between them. That's their journey and all that. So I don't have an answer to that. I'm not going to speak to that.
Again, that's their own personal journey.
None answer.
Do you want to apologize, Robin, to anybody? No, I'm good. She's like watching paint dry. So now we heard from everybody. Well, Robin she was Switzerland, but all 3 of the wives he went to apologize to, they're all like, yep, I'm good. I need nothing else. Let's all just move on. And then there's Kody.
Oh, no.
The one who went and did all the apologize. I apologize. Kody, are we done now? We're good? No.
I don't believe the break is clean as I wanted it when I was apologizing.
I gotta keep hanging on to this because I need a storyline. But now I'm gonna change my answer and say, but no, I think we should just move on.
But I don't know. I just think it's time for all of us to move on.
That's the right answer, right? We need to move on.
With all my heart, in hopes of Mary, Janelle, and Christine having a wonderful life.
I just hope they can find freedom, they can find joy, they can find peace, they can have a wonderful life, they can just get over me. Stop thinking about me all the time and move on already. So demeaning and patronizing here. Still can't let it go. Because he's so fearful he's going to lose the ties. So, he's got to hang on a little bit. Look, I don't think it was a clean break, but yeah, we should move on. But if there's anything that they have still some hurt from, I hope they will come to me. They will talk to me about it. And I can help them. I can work with them and help these little women understand where I was coming from.
If there's still a hurt, I would want them to call me up and say, hey, I was hurt by this once. Could you explain it to me? And I can take the time to explain it.
I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to say I'm wrong. I'm not going to say, wow, I didn't realize that hurt you. I'm so sorry. No, I will help them understand why it is I did what I did or why it is I said what I said. Because I'm never wrong. I'm Kody Brown.
Yeah, I want all the hurt to end.
It ended.
I want everybody to move on.
They moved on.
I want everybody to feel free.
They feel free.
And move on with forgiveness.
They've forgiven you. Wait, they not only have forgiven you, it's forgiven and forgotten. Move on. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Janelle. She's forgiven and forgotten, but I don't know if she's moved on yet. I don't know what's happening there.
We're all confused.
And that's how we end it. With Kody. I don't know. What do we make of this, people? What do we make of this one-on-one? I feel like my head's spinning. That's a Kody Brown line. Oh my gosh, I just said something Kody said. But it's so true. Like, we'd say one thing, then we say something else, and we say something, then we say something, like your head spins. And then we're getting this new information, but we're not really following up on it. Like, I'm very confused still about what it is that Mary shared with Robin and that Robin went and told Kody. What specifically was that? I'm confused with whether she was sharing information and Mary's touching on the issue that Robin had this best friend who was friends with the catfisher. I'm confused why we're not addressing that issue. It seems huge to me.
Everyone has to sign the NDA.
I'm confused with Janelle's participation in many things. I'm starting to question
These shady backdoor deals.
Not really. I don't believe her involvement at all in this backdoor deal thing. I really don't think that she was involved in it because she specifically went out of her way to tell Mary ahead of time. I don't think Kody's going to be honest with you. I don't think you're going to get your fair share. And she always said, I just wish I would buy the whole land and I would just divide it up and give Mary her fair share. Like, she always seemed to have Mary's back. So unless Mary did something to her or Kody told her Mary said something or did something, which is very possible, pit one wife against the other. This is why the women have to start talking to each other, right? Kody's the problem in the center of it all. He is the little girl game player, if there ever was one. And I can honestly see him calling up Janelle ahead of time and saying, do you know that Mary said this? Because he did that to Mary. And Mary came right out and said, whoa, it's the week of the tell-all. And he calls me up and says, I need to apologize for something that Janelle and I were talking about that's going to come out in the tell-all, to get her on his side.
This liar, this cynical manipulator.
To tell one side of the story. He's the master manipulator. He's the worst. And I don't think they all see it yet. That's the shocking part about this. That is the blow my mind part of this, that they won't just communicate and talk with each other, but they still believe what Kody's telling them. I've left this season unsettled. We're going to have lots of videos and live streams and that to get through the off season and process and work through this, if you will, to use some of their therapy words. It's been a wild ride, and I'm glad that we were here to do it all together.
It's verboten.
I love you, sister and brother friends.
I adore you.
You're simply the best. You're so totally rock.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless. Adios. And until the next video comes out, I'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.